I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Week Ahead. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Sunday, December the 18th, 2011. 3 days till the 1 year anniversary of the end of the Mayan calendar. It's going to be on, Wednesday? Interesting. Almost 5 p.m. Markets opening up. No real major news over the weekend. Certainly more U.S. politics, but once again, I'm telling you, things in the Middle East are heating up. U.S. forces, Panetta's over there now. We have all people, foreign ministers, meeting, scrambling to figure what's going to happen. Apparently, there's a deal on the table that Iran might let Syria go if the U.S. backs off. Interesting. The appeasers at it again. Can you imagine? But we got tons of stuff coming up this week. When you look at this S&P chart, I don't think it looks that good. Now, we might be up on a story out of the ECB, Draghi, saying that banks may use ECB loans to buy sovereign bonds. So that could be enough to get the market at least up on the open. S&P opens around 6 o'clock. So I think we might have a little pop here in the euro and the dollar down. But I think at the end of the day, something else bad's going to come out. So I think you got to sell the strength. Euro gets to 130. I don't think the S&P is going to take out previous week. I think this becomes monster resistance 1230, 1229. So we get the S&P's up 10 handles. I think it'll be a gorgeous sell. I mean, look at this chart. I mean, this is a gloomy looking chart. 1 week, 3 years, rolling over. This whole downtrend channel line has not been violated in what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. By the way, I read a story, yen volatility, good story on Bloomberg, 1973. The lowest volatility the yen has had. This year it's in 1,000 pip range. That's like the lowest since 2007. So it's not looking like my strategy is going to work, is it? But I think I'll tell you that the yen volatility, which I finally found, 3-month vols are at 879. You look at that chart on that. And boy, that thing's falling off a cliff. Good time to get in. And, the story goes that the yen interest rate differentials with the 10-year, 30-year collapsing, that is going to cause the yen to basically grind to a halt against the dollar. It's going to go nowhere because interest rate differentials, both countries are basically safe haven flows. And you look at this downtrend channel of the last 6 years. Wow. If you're a follower of mine, I predicted this all along. I just never figured we'd be in a 4-year downtrend. 2, without any monster bounce. But certainly a lot of people playing for the big bounce in 2012. And again, the only way that happens is somehow the U.S. is perceived to be on the way to raising rates, which is a possibility, mind you. The U.S. numbers have been fairly good. Remember, weekly jobs claims 366 last week. Wow. Unbelievable number. So if the U.S. sort of coming out of it and the Europeans are still stuck for years, wow, that would be something. Dollar going up. So dollar yen, looks like it's going nowhere. But this is a nice looking chart in my opinion. I mean, this is a nice wedge flag. Something's coming. We close above 78.20, 78.30. It's going up. But as far as data coming out this week, I mean, listen, the Euro weekly chart, looks terrible. Do I think this number should hold? Yes. 129. But I think, again, just like the S&P, certainly a rally to that low, 131.40. That should be monster resistance. That's about 100 pips from here. And then you sell and look for the reversal. But I don't think we take out 134. No way. I think this baby has to roll over. We have one more week left in the sucker. Certainly going to get down to 129. The key is, do the floodgates open to this level? Because there's really not much. Yeah, you got something here. 127. But this looks very ominous. Not good. And you still see here. Remember, this is where the euro was back in 2002. So you do a major retracement, the long-term retracement. 115. 115. And we already violated the 50% retracement, which means this means nothing. And we're certainly busted. So, this euro, they have not come up with the answer. A lot of people that said they would, where are they? Where are they? Why are they not on TV? UBS. All the people that were disappointed somehow are now saying, oh, it's okay. It's a joke what they pulled last week. They didn't get anything accomplished. They kicked the can down the road like the U.S. is going to do with this extension. But, as far as what can come out this week, Draghi's going to continue to speak. If the euro's falling out of bed, it might force, and maybe Germany gets downgraded. Maybe more of a downgrade of France, even though the Germans don't think they're going to. We get German IFO, that could fall off a cliff. That's on Tuesday. Draghi's going to continue to speak tonight. In the next 24 hours, we get U.S. housing number, Eurozone current account tonight. Should be interesting if that thing falls off a cliff. Remember, they should be exporting. Tuesday, building permits, core CPI out of Canada. That should be important. Again, German IFO. U.S. building permits. Turn to Wednesday. BOJ, big deal. What can they do? Minutes out of London. That could be interesting. Remember, they have plenty of room to buy on this credit asset purchase facility. Plenty of room. I'm telling you, I think this euro is going to rally. I got a feeling. So, I think that, team, we should be buying this euro. You should be buying this euro. Abso-freaking-lutely. I think the S&P is going to gap up tonight. And I think it should be one hell of a night. I still love the Swiss franc. Absolutely. And we'll go over that in a second. But, again, I think it should be all about the futures opening up tonight and then fading the move in Europe. That's the call, baby. So we'll see. But, again, as far as numbers coming out, the beginning of the week, relatively light. Turn to Wednesday, we get more Canadian retail sales. That's a big number there. U.S. existing home sales posted 5.04 million. That could be a good number. Remember, the numbers were relatively better. Relatively. In the housing sector. Thursday, we get current account final GDP out of London. New Zealand also. We get their GDP. U.S. Michigan sentiment, U.S. final GDP as well, looking for 2%. I don't see any uptick on that. Canadian GDP on Friday. U.S. durable goods, personal spending, personal income, and new home sales. Big day Friday. Big time. Remember, 1 year anniversary on Wednesday for the Mayan calendar. Oh, baby. So, this euro, where's it going? Certainly we should get continuation to the downside. But I'm looking for a pop to sell. I think the futures might even be up. I mean, look, you look at these S&Ps. I remember, people, I have a premium service. I'm offering a new junior premium service. Premium junior. You just get my emails, my twits, no access to the chat room for $50 a month or $500 for the year. I don't know. You could do pretty good with my emails, my trade recs, and the research. And some of the research I send costs money. Junior. Of course, my premium service for my access to my chat room 24 hours a day is still $200 a month, US dollars. So, in looking at the S&P weekly, I don't see how we're not going to continue down and test this channel line. Certainly, we're going to test that. But I'm hoping tonight we get a little pop from Draghi, and then we get to roll over in the European and U.S. session. That's the ticket. But I think there's a nice shooting star, bearish engulfing, and now we should get continuation. And if we break this channel line and go for 1150, holy crap. I don't know. I really don't know about that call. I'm not making that call. Certainly down to the channel line. And that's at, what? I'm sorry. That's 1170. Crude. Rolling over. Weekly chart looks terrible. Demand destruction. Crude goes to 90 easy. You could do your fib. Again, I'm nervous about Iran. But now with this conciliatory story, looks like 90 easy. From Syria. They're going to let Assad go. Like Mubarak. Crazy. But if that's true, and Iran backs down, that would be something. You see crude collapse. And you look at gold, breaking a major uptrend channel. Look at that weekly chart. Broke it. Busted. Broken. So many different channel lines. Draw this one. Busted. This whole uptrend channel line has been violated to here. This is our next stop. Oh, baby. 1500. Here we come. Certainly 1510. You know we're going lower. Absolutely. In my humble opinion. All right, let's get the rest of the currencies out of the way. Again, if you're looking to try my service, 1 week free trial. And you oldies, come on back. Time to come to the dark side. But you look at this Euro Swiss. You look at this weekly chart. And don't tell me we're not going to have continuation. Oh, yeah. Now, how much continuation? Obviously, that's the key. But in my opinion, after the SMB, what they did, this is your new range. Not this range. I don't think so. No Sufio. So we should get, I think, a test to at least 120.50. Another 100 pips. But where does this thing deserve to be trading? 110. I think this thing comes in at 1,000 pips. I think the SNB is going to back off as the European crisis, the contagion, the contagion continues to expand. So I think it should be an easy trade continuation this week. Might be choppy. Euro yen looks terrible. Certainly going to retest the lows here. That's par 70, around there. This weekly chart looks terrible. We open the floodgates. We could be talking 95. 95. You know how cheap Mercedes are going to be in Japan? You think? Will they ever? Very nationalistic over there. Amazing. Euro sterling. Nice break. Busted. Hopefully did well with that. Check out my weekly from last week. Hello. Predicted it. Big time. I think it goes lower. I hope it pops tonight. It's a sell. Certainly 83. Certainly we're going to retest 83. 83.50. Should be easy, but I hope we get a pop up. Maybe even a big one. 84.75. It's about 70 pips, but you never know. Like the lotto. Oh, baby. You just never know. Now, again, the key are going to be the futures. A lot of times, let me tell you something. A lot of times I find this 5 to 6, and all of a sudden the futures open up. It's like, whoa, everything moves. Because the market didn't realize that the futures were going to open up. This is sort of a freebie. Sort of. Because they could be down. We'll see. You're Canada. Certainly did not act well last week. Even though the daily looks much better, this weekly looks terrible. And again, this thing bounces. Maybe another 100 pips. Up to that 136. It's not going through 137. Maybe. Listen, the market would have to collapse. Dollar Canada would have to explode. But I think you could sell this thing around 136. Golden. Sell. I think we're going to break. But you know how I feel about this one. 134. Easy. We're going to get there. Faith in A, baby. We break through here, and then, the floodgates. But I think we need a little help from Dollar Canada going down on that one. Or just going nowhere and Euro going down 500 pips. But that's tough. Maybe. We did Dollar Yen, Dollar Canada. Crazy, isn't it, this one? Monster wedge. They don't call it the loonie for nothing. Monster wedge. I think we make a run for 104 and change. But I could certainly see us having a nice little pullback tonight. Maybe get down to 103. And then make a run for it. But hey, futures could be down. Maybe they didn't like Draghi, because Draghi did make a statement saying it's not the same as us buying. So, but I think that leaves the door open for the ECB then to step up and buy. So they have that quiver if they want to use it. Dollar Swiss, I mean, come on. If the markets go up and the dollar sells off, you would think this baby's going to come in. Didn't reverse as much as I wanted it to. But I got to tell you, this looks gorgeous to the downside. Gorgeous. It was freaking 70. It's a nice reversal. Now, again, we see whenever it does top out, it doesn't go down in a straight line. It gets a little toppy here. Look at this, right? It looks very similar. And then maybe it makes another run, but I don't think it's going to make a run up there. There's a little different circumstances. But dollar rallies, stock market tanks, of course this thing's going to rally. But certainly I could see us retesting 92.50. Certainly 93. Should be an easy 30 pips. But I think we could get nice follow through. We look at pound Swiss. I mean, look at the nice reversal on that one. More on the daily again. I would like to see more of a shooting star, but we have that nice wick. And you know what? It's still closed strong, meaning above previous candle high. This is still a new multi-month closing high where it is right now. So should I be right? This thing comes in at 144 easy. I mean, that is a nice shooting star. We did have the SNB on our side. They said, no soup for you. So, I think a lot of people getting short that Swiss franc because of that. Oh, my goodness. My Jet's getting absolutely blown out. It's going to be 28-0. So, looking at cable, weekly chart certainly not looking very good. Certainly we could pop up a little bit more through 50, open up a little bit, but I think cable needs to retest. I mean, we're looking at, again, I'm a bear. I'm just looking for a pop to sell. Certainly down to 152.50. Pound Aussie. That's pound Canada. Damn it. Inching higher. I mean, again, you look at this weekly chart. I mean, look at this weekly chart. 800, 800, 800, 800. And it's narrowing now. That's coiling for a big move. Something's coming. And it's going to make a big, I just can't believe it's going to go out at the end of the year with a whimper. I mean, this whole year, this thing is really traded in only a 1,500 pip range after collapsing 1,000 pips the year before. Okay, I get it. I agree. Up, I say myself. And remember, yearly deals, they are available. So if you're interested on a yearly deal, because my deal with Forex News is out the door. Thank you, Barack Hussein Obama. My videos. But I'm looking at places to put them. I'm taking advantage of it, baby. Yes, sir, Bob. Oh, my God, my Jets suck. Looking at the Aussie dollar, doesn't that look like the S&P? A little bit. Aussie. I know I have to delete all these lines before I do it. I'm sorry. And I'm running way over. So let me just get to it. Aussie. I don't think it's going to get there. I think we roll over. Certainly, we're going to retest down here, but I think we could pop a little bit tonight and then roll back over. But certainly, hey, now we could set up for a run up to 105. Or we can collapse and the S&Ps come in. So this is a crucial week. Very crucial week. Kiwi, confidence number bad tonight, and it's rallying. Again, I think the S&Ps are going to be strong tonight. Risk on. Sell off end of Asia. And look at, last but not least, my Aussie Kiwi came in on Friday. Look at the shooting star and bearish engulfing. You've got to love this chart. Short. And I got to love whoever it was that said long. Sell any strain, people. The sucker is toast. Say bye-bye. End of the year move. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio. Info at globalfxllc.com. The only voice you'll ever need who truly loves to make you money.